Um, Hi guys, I wanted to talk to you about my targeting and why these enemies still in my life. And so my targeting has gone to close to 12 years now, probably 12 years now. It's been like 2014, you know, and I'm still dealing with misery. But that's all aside. My older sister, has been targeted, and that recently has not been a long time. And they started to harass her, and they started to doing things to her, trying to intimidate her, and all this stuff. The terror they are doing to us, and so you know it's very interesting that listening to Casey, and he said they label everyone who are free thinker. If you're a free thinker or free spirited person, they label you as a terrorist. Did you know that? Yeah. So anybody who's a free thinker are labeled a terrorist, even though you have not done anything, you have not broken laws or did any of that. They just label you as a terrorist because you're not part of the collective. You're not part of the majority, right? They want people who think alike. They want people who fall for their lies and deceptions and to follow this path they set. All this programming, that's what they like. And when you're like far, from being programmed, if you're not, they cannot program you, then they will label you as a terrorist. So my sister, she's not like that. But then, why would you target her? I'm gonna tell you why they're targeting her. They're targeting her to bind all these fears she has on me. So because I sense the energy of my sister sometimes, and I just couldn't understand why. And then I realized that, is that possible? Is that possible to transfer her fear, and stuff into me? Yeah, it's possible. Anyhow, that's why my sister being targeted. And she have not hurt a fly. She have not done anybody wrong. Okay? She's a good person. She's been targeted because of me, because they're trying to, create these traumas and pass this trauma to me, because we are connected, because she's a family member. So to get back to what I'm trying to tell you, they will target you if you're a free thinker, you're a free spirited person. You do not follow the social norm, whatever they call social norm. They don't, if you're not, eating their stupid pies, and following, these lies and deception they have set, then they'll consider you a terrorist. Could you believe that? Yeah, true story. And that's why I've been targeted for 12 years, being harassed around the clock, tormented by people, and just to trying to control, to trying to bestow fear and stuff like that. I've gone through that. That what they're putting my sister through now. I've gone through that, and I'm telling her not to be afraid. I'm trying to guide her not to be afraid, and nothing is gonna happen. And she's confused. She's telling me like, what have I done? I have not done anybody that, and she's still trying to understand why she's been targeted. She's been targeted because, of me, pretty much. They hurt an innocent person. They hurt an innocent person just to transfer the trauma into somebody else. You understand? That's exactly what's happening. And I wouldn't expect any less, because when I was, beginning my targeting, 12 years, I was trying to think why, right? There's no one reason would justify this, because it's illegal. What they're doing is illegal. But, that why they have to work in the dark. That why they have to work in the dark, because they don't want to make it obvious. Okay? They would pin lies about you and fabrication, and they would just make stuff up. They make shit up, all the time, and feed it to these people who are targeting us. And these people, and I've realized that globally, what they have? They have houses, they have apartments, buildings, they have government buildings, and they have hospitals. All of these establishments, they have people working on them. Because I remember when I was talking to other target individuals, I was talking to this girl was being harassed at work. I couldn't understand why they harassed her at work. She used to post about it, and she used to say, my boss doing this, and people are talking about me and doing stuff to me, and people following me around and stuff. So, yeah, and then I began to understand this was done in a bigger scale, but it's behind the scene. Only people who, for example, police station, only a few people are working, doing this. Some other people, they have no idea this is happening. That's why when you speak to someone, so for example, to speak to some of the police officers, they have no idea what are you talking about. And some of them, they're like, they know, and they would smile or they would do something. They give you a hint like that. And so hospital the same. Some people have an idea and some people have no idea. You understand? So that why? Why they do that? To create doubts. That's all. They do that to create doubts and to make people to feel, to get in their head, and to, it's an act of disbelief. And yeah, so this game is being, it's been, they've been on this game for a long time. They are being at this game for a long time, where, the perfect psychology behind it. It's all about, it's like a mind fuck, It's a mind fuck, when people get out of their way to do you wrong, and they feel no remorse, they don't feel any feeling for you, what kind of damage they cause, to play with your psyche like that, to mess with you and stuff. And then it'll teach you. I'm one of these people. All of this have taught me, That's why you think I go to this apartment every day, and I go to this apartment every day, even though I know I've been attacked there, and I have no fear. I talk about whatever I want to talk about. Even though if it pains me, I will still talk about it, Even though I know once I talk about it, I'm going to get attacked. And so I will still continue to talk about anything I want to talk about, Because I know Once they could get you in that little bracket of fear, they put you in a little box of fear, then they will own you. You understand? So that's why I'm battling it out. I'm like battling it out, and I'm doing stuff, you know, and I don't care. They call me names, they call me or whatever, you know, and because they can call me whatever they want. Anybody can call me whatever they want, right? But indirectly, you know, they won't come up to you, you know, and call you that, you know, in public place when people are noticing, or they will speak to you as a third person. They speak about you in the third person, you know. They always, you know, they act like nobody's listening and stuff like that, and they will say something so they get somebody to clock in, you know. So in reality, I've gone beyond that. So I don't let this, you know, emotion and entrapment they're trying to bestow on me work, you know, because when like whatever, and you're like you know, every time they say something, I would instantly do something also to piss them more off, you know, because God given me this freedom, God given a lot of this freedom to humanity. Who are you to say we can say this and we cannot say this, and you were trying to breathe down, you know, our necks and tell us to control us, you know, how this system is going. They are trying to strip humanity from all these freedoms, even though they've been enslaved. Humanity are being enslaved for a long time. Look at this system, you know, how it's set up. It's not an enslavement system. Look at it. Because they get people, program people, oh, you must send your kids to school. You must, you know, you must do this, you know, they set all these rules because they have the system set up to enslave you, you know, making people work 24/7, make people work 24/7 and never get ahead in life. Okay, and only the wealthy, they stay richer, and the poor stay at their class. They don't want people to move in ranking between classes. They don't want people to move between ranking. They want people to stay, if you're poor, to stay poor. If you're rich, you stay rich. You know, understand? And they put up glass ceiling. They put a glass ceiling for a reason, to keep people at in this certain hierarchy, you know. They cannot go anywhere beyond this point, you know. So when you understand that, you understand, you know, how the system is, you know, programmed. And why the rich, tell me one reason why the rich pay less taxes than the middle class or poor, you know, and why they pay less than the lower classes, you know. Why? Tell me why. Somebody who has millions or billion, why pay less taxes than someone who's struggling to make ends meet, you know? So explain to me how is that fair? You know, the number was Trump. They audited him last time, and they said he paid in one of the years he paid $1,700 in taxes. $1,700. When you have millions, is that fair? You know what I'm saying? It's like that. The system is rigged. The system is broken. You know, and it's not fair for people to struggle where the rich stay richer, you know. They make money from our suffering. When you're suffering, they make money, you know. It's kind of unfair system. And you know, I was looking up who actually goes to hell first. Do you know that There are three who goes to hell first. They said the rich is number one. Did you know that? I'll tell you why. The rich number one to go to hell. You know why? Because you're supposed to, this money that God given you, you're supposed to help others. You understand? It's not about you getting richer and not helping others. You know? Because in the past there was used to be rich, like the wealthiest of the wealthiest, and God punished them for having all this wealth, not helping others. You understand? So that's why I think I posted the video, you know, and then you understand, you understand that why God giving you money. You're supposed to help others. You're not supposed to just pocket all this money and feel nothing about somebody's struggles. They feel nothing about our struggles. That's a problem. Okay? So anyhow, and I posted the video. You guys could I think I posted it. I think I did post it, but if not, I'm gonna post it under this one. I'll tell you who actually going to hell first. I think I posted it in a video where I talked about hell. Okay? And yeah, so what else? Also, the people who target you, you know what I'm saying? God decide their fate by allowing them to target you more and more, because he allows them to target you more so he can punish them more, because nobody's escaping judgment. They said they figured out, these people, they said they figured out how to escape judgment. Did you believe that? They said they have figured out how to escape judgment. Okay? Interesting, right? I would say, I think not. I don't think they can escape judgment. You know what I'm saying? Where are you gonna go? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna escape judgment where? Where are you gonna go? Okay? Nobody's escaping judgments, because God is fair and God is just. Whoever done you wrong, whatever is doing me wrong in this building, they're gonna get it, because I will not forgive, because I want them to be punished for what they've done, and they continue to do, okay? Because they're intentionally doing stuff, coming into my place, without, notice, and, deleting the footage from my camera and doing stuff like that. They do a lot of stuff like that. Like, I pay rent and I have people living in my apartment, pretty much, people come into my, when I'm sleeping, and found the, the door, jammed, and all of that. These people, they have no shame, and they think they're fighting a terrorist, a free-spirited, or a person who does not follow the collective or the majority. You know what I'm saying? They think they are fighting. That what they think they are, but sadly mistaken. They're gonna find out their judgment is gonna come, and they cannot escape it. You know what I'm saying? They can't escape it, guys. That's all I'm gonna say.